Hi, Craig Birch here once again with the Around the Board Dots Bulletin you can expect each and every week here at Tungsten Tales, and we're going to talk long and hard this evening about what you can expect from the PDC and the BDO, what's been going on in the tournaments since we last checked in, and what we can look forward to over the next few days as well. Busy week ahead for the PDC. They are in Premier League action in Glasgow on Thursday, so they're going to be getting around 2 countries over the course of the next few days, the PDC players will, as they will be then on to Germany to compete in the European Open as well. Certainly plenty to discuss both in relation to the Premier League and the Players' Championship as well that took place at the weekend. The PDC schedule started, as it normally does, on Thursday with the Premier League in Nottingham, where just going through some of the notable results there. I mean, Michael Smith, Peter Wright has now dropped into the relegation places of the Premier League after he was drubbed pretty much by Michael Smith last Thursday as well. Daryl Gurney did it again. It's a 6-6 draw with Simon Whitlock. That lifted him out of the drop zone momentarily at least, and certainly a very important point as well, for a very important draw even for Daryl as well. Menza Sulovic as well. Rob Cross is in a rich vein of form again. He's starting to finally look like the world champ after a wobble after the World Championship. He's playing like a world champion again, and he drubbed Menza Sulovic 7-2, while Michael van Gerwen got a 7-3 win over Gerwin Price as well. Last but by no means least was the game that most people were looking forward to the most on that particular evening. Raymond van Barneveld, Gary Anderson, another 6-6 draw as well. And come Thursday in Scotland, it'll be the SSE Hydro. Daryl Gurney versus Menza Sulovic is one of the games there. Menza really needs to win that, really, and Daryl will obviously want to put a bit more distance between himself and the bottom two as well. Michael van Gerwen, Michael Smith. Smith has been in fine Premier League form so far this season, but MVG, if anybody can beat him, you'd imagine MVG can as well. That could be a real good encounter, you'd imagine, in Scotland on Thursday. Gary Anderson, Simon Whitlock, you'd expect that to be a good game as well. And Peter Wright, having slipped into the bottom, he's now second bottom of the table, as we discussed. He's got Raymond van Barneveld as well. And Rob Cross, the resurgence Rob Cross, has got the basement boy, as it was, Gerwin Price. So that's an interesting night of darts that awaits us on Thursday in Scotland as well. Let's talk about the Players' Championship for the weekend as well. There were 2 Players' Championships at the weekend as well. Michael van Gerwen was back in the Players' Championship event after not competing in the previous weekend's 2 events that we discussed last week here at Tungsten Tales as well. And on Saturday, Michael van Gerwen, you certainly noticed Michael van Gerwen was back again, because he won the ranking title on Saturday in the Players' Championship. Missed 2 all weekend, and he won the title with a 6-2 win over Chris Dobie. Chris Dobie actually's got the higher average, but missed doubles really cost Chris, and Michael van Gerwen took full advantage to win the Players' Championship on Saturday as well. What a story for Ian White as well on Sunday. He last leg battle in the final with Dave Chisnell. Chizzy, unfortunately for him, did not get over the line. It was Ian White who won in the last leg to add his first ranking title for 2 years. So it's been quite some wait for Ian White to get another ranking title on the board as well, but he certainly played his part in a real good day for him, and it'll be interesting to see how he does going forward now as well. Steve Hine got a 9-darter as well in the Players' Championship over the weekend, and still lost the game to John Henderson. We've seen that happen before, haven't we, as well? And as I discussed about the events coming up as well, the European Darts Open is this weekend. The PDC will be back in Germany on the Easter weekend as well for the German Grand Prix, and then it's the Players' Championship again on April 7th. April the 8th. I mentioned last week that the BDO had the Torremolinos Festival of Darts as well, so you may not be completely au fait with the results from the Torremolinos Festival of Darts, and they can be quite difficult to find sometimes, some of the details of BDO performances, but I can confirm to you the men's singles champion from Torremolinos was Adrian Frim. The ladies singles champion was Paula Jacklin. Paula then teamed up with Sarah Roberts to win the ladies pairs. The men's pairs was won by Jamie Nunes and Dyson Parody, and there was a triples as well. The triples winners were John Roberts, Sarah Roberts and Cole Dennell, and this weekend the BDO will be in Gibraltar for the Gibraltar Darts Open as well. I'm Craig Birch, look forward to seeing you again next week.